the number 4 National Guard Panther racing car, and to represent such a great group of soldiers for me is an honor and a privilege. They you know, it's great to be a race car driver, and it's great to be able to do what I love to do, but when you hear what these soldiers do to protect the United States of America and the way they go about doing it, it's truly for me a great experience. You know, I've become friends with a lot of the soldiers, whether they you know, have just been deployed or have come back, and to be able to do things like this is, you know, for me, a phenomenal experience. They're certainly very, very tough people. It's that never say die attitude that they have, and you know, I'm just proud to be part of it, because, like I say, with these soldiers that we have representing the United States of America, we have nothing to fear, because they're a great group.
These guys had to be amped up, too, with the way you finished at Chicago last week and with the way you and your teammate have performed here at Kentucky. Did any of the National Guard's people from Afghanistan give you or Ed any advice for tonight?
You know, the soldiers told me to be really, really aggressive, because no matter who I upset on the racetrack, they told me that, you know, whoever's man's going to have to go through the soldiers first to get to me. So no, it's been a great qualifying for everybody at Panther Racing, with Ed in the Fuzzy's vodka car on the pole and me third. But we all understand that we need to be in victory lane, and that's what we're going to work hard to do. And you know, certainly all the soldiers that are overseas that watch us, and all the soldiers that come to the different races to, you know, support us, they deserve that. So we're going to be working very hard to make that possible.
Lindy, if this guy wins tonight, it'll be a cheer that'll be heard around the world.
Certainly will. And while we have a moment, Jack, we want to welcome all of you in uniform stationed around the world watching us tonight via the American Force Network. We are truly honored for your service and all that you do. Thank you so much. Among Dan's career highlights, by the way, are 15 IndyCar Series wins, including the Indy 500 back in 2005. That was the year that he won the overall championship, by the way. Weldon hasn't won since 2008, but he has finished runner-up at the last 2 Indy 500s. Ryan Hunter-Reay starts 27th tonight after a qualifying crash. Currently a career-high 6th in points. He's only 6 points behind Helio Castroneves for a top 5 finish in the overall standings. But Helio starts up in 8th tonight. This is IndyCar Central on Versus, presented by Firestone. Welcome back to Kentucky, where Bengals wide receiver Terrell Owens is getting ready to take a 2-seater ride around this track with 2-time Indy 500 winner Arie Luyendyk in the IZOD 2-seater. T.O. will take to the track right after the command. Not a bad seat. Well, last week's race in Chicago kicked off 4 consecutive ovals to finish out this 2010 season, and Will went into the race last weekend with a sizable 59-point lead over 2-time series champion Dario Franchitti. Both Will and Dario were 2 of the 11 leaders in that race last weekend, and in the end, the final pit stop turned a runaway title race into a much closer one.
Watch Will Power. He gets a little bit high, starts to get loose. Look how sideways that car gets.
Will Power is the leader. Pit lane.
Dario Franchitti does not take tires.
Franchitti is going to be power out.
They told Will Power that he does not have enough fuel to make it to the end. You're going to have to put a smile on your face. You never know. You know, we'll see.
Look at this, 4 wide. Racing just doesn't get any better than this. 17 cars on the lead lap, and 13 of them are within a second. Dario Franchitti leads Weldon, Power, Kanaan, and Andretti.
Now it's easy. It's going to be short fuel.
Major implications perhaps in the point championship as the leader comes in, leaving the battle on the racetrack. Dan Weldon finished 2nd in Indianapolis. That's where he's running now. Marco Andretti looks to the high side.
Come on, buddy, bring it home. Come on.
It's going to be Dario Franchitti winning with Dan Weldon 2nd.
Whoever told that don't take tires is yours, boys.
They pulled my ass out of the fire again tonight. That's why I love driving for this team. You just never give up.
We had an issue with the equipment, and we didn't get enough fuel in the car.
I was looking good there before that last stop, man. I'm like, as long as I'm leading at the end, like, they can't get by me, but that's racing.
So with Dario's win combined with Will's worst finish of the year of 16th, Power's points lead was cut from 59 points down to 23, more than half. Scott Dixon sits in 3rd, 85 points back. In each race, 50 points are awarded to the winner, 40 to second, and 35 to third place. The 27th place driver in today's race will earn at least 10 points. 1 bonus point is awarded to the pole winner, while 2 bonus points go to the driver who leads the most laps. Now, the best oval finish for Will Power is 5th. Dario Franchitti has never finished better than 6th here at Kentucky, but if he can win back-to-back races or even finish 2nd versus Will's best oval finish, as we said, that's 5th, Dario could reduce the points lead to single digits with 2 races to go. And here is Robbie Floyd right now with Will Power.
Will had a disappointing finish last week. Comes off the track trying to keep that composure, but you had something to say for radio. I think that made a statement for this week.
As much as Dario kind of clawed into your lead, as good as you ran tonight, do you think you can keep with him at Kentucky next weekend?
Mate, I will. I will go back to win that race. I'm sorry, but I will.
You don't have to be sorry to tell us you're going to win that race. You were trying to win that race last week. You did everything you could. If it wasn't for the, the fueling mishap, how could you have done any better?
Yeah, I know it was a fun race, and I had, I gained lots of confidence and experience, and obviously it's tough to say you will win, but I was just like, that was a bad race. I want to come back, get that Verizon car up the front, win in Kentucky. But man, I'm just going to do my best tonight. I'll be really happy with the podium.
I thought you were tremendously composed, but looking back, or looking forward, you can't look back. 23 points. If I said at the start of this season you had a 23-point advantage with 3 races left, you'd be loving it.
Yeah, I would. Yep. And, we're still ahead, so you don't need to panic, don't need to do anything stupid. Just need to race out. I've been racing. 5 race wins this year, looking for number 6 jacket, and maybe his first ever on an oval.
And we're going to give everybody a treat because they are right now introducing Dario Franchitti, and we're going to walk across the stage with Dario in the Dixie Cup Special. You'll hear the cheers as he comes out. Gets the congratulations. And Dario, let me ask you a question real quick as we go through the receiving line. How you doing? This championship chase, it got turned upside down last week. Now what do you got to do?
Just keep focusing on our stuff, see if we can get this Dixie car to the front, and try and win another race, Jack. It's the only way we're going to do it. Just focus on our own stuff and keep our heads down.
So just race for the win. Don't worry about Will.
Don't worry about him. Just do what we've done all the time. Focus on our own stuff.
Lindy, how lighthearted is Dario Franchitti? You see, he's sponsored by Dixie Cup. Everybody's making fun of him, saying it's actually a tribute to his teammate, Scott Dixon, that's known by everybody as Dixie. Good job out of you, Dario.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that pretty funny? I was thinking that, too. Thank you so much, Jack. Well, with his win in Chicago combined with Scott Dixon's 8th place finish, Dario took over the points lead in the A.J. Foyt Trophy standings, honoring the top oval driver of 2010. The oval champion will be decided in 2 weeks at Motegi. And earlier today, the Firestone Indy Lights took to the track. They only have 1 more race after this one. Pippa Man was in pole position to start this one out. Take a look at this on lap 2. Yeah, a big crash involving Philip Major, Stephen Wilson, and Daniel Harrington. All 3 drivers were sent to the medical center, and they have all been released, and they are okay. Pippa still leading from the pole. You see there, she just commanded this race. She led from flag to flag. Her first win in Firestone Indy Lights. James Hinchcliffe comes in 2nd. J.K. Vernay comes in 3rd. Vernay is 1 start away from clinching the Firestone Indy Lights championship. All he has to do, really, is start at Homestead. When we come back, an up-close look at Ed Carpenter. A year ago, Ed finished a career-high 2nd at Kentucky. Tonight, he starts on the pole for the first time in search of his first career win. This is IndyCar Central on Versus, presented by Firestone.
Ed Carpenter challenging the leader. No! Carpenter trying to get the lead from Will Power.
It's likely the most important pit stop of Ed Carpenter's IndyCar Series career.
17 to go. Don't leave any overtakes on the table.
Team Penske, if they go nose to tail, they might be able to pull it off. Oh! There goes your wingman.
Way up high. Carpenter will not give up. You got to be impressed with Ed Carpenter.
Duking it out with Team Penske.
Briscoe doesn't have any overtake button, pushes left. Carpenter has 2. The rule changes are working.
Wheel to wheel through the corners. They come off of corner 4 at the line. It's going to be Briscoe.
What a story for Ed Carpenter, best ever for this team.
Ed Carpenter led